You're listening to the Batuta Advocates Weekly News Wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Welcome back to Batuta Advocate Weekly News Bulletin. We hope you are enjoying your holidays, but news never sleeps here in the Diamantina. Recording live from the Budgie Smuggler Studios here in downtown Batuta. You're joined by myself, Clancy Overall, Editor-at-Large Errol Parker, and of course our newsreader, Wendell Hussey. How are we, Wendell? How are we, Errol?
Sensational. Clancy, this time next week, I'll have a Batuta bitter in my hand ready to rip into a Christmas Day lunch and then a small Christmas Day dinner. How about you guys?
Jealous, mate. I've got a gut full of yabbies at the moment, so living large.
How are you, Clancy?
I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right. My gout's playing up. What's in the news today?
Yeah, righto. Let's get into it then. Australia's best economic managers are hoping to force banks to invest in dying industries during a recession.
Yes, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg told The Advocate this week via telephone that just because a bank thinks climate change will hurt their profits doesn't mean they can pick and choose what they invest in.
Because, as has been well publicised, his government has made a point of going all in on fossil fuels, and it's extremely inconvenient that these large profit-driven companies want to do what's in their best interests. They need to invest and loan to the dying fossil fuel sector, he said, and that's all there is to it.
As Barry McGovern pointed out in the comments section, the market will regulate itself. Until it doesn't, then they have to tell it what to do. And in some other national news this week, the nation's stock of white people have set their sights on Tasmania after Byron Bay washes into the sea.
Yes, this story actually, funnily enough, has quite a bit in common with the last story in the fact that climate change has seen Byron Bay washed into the sea, or at least parts of it have, and that's ruined the holidays of millions of white people this summer.
Yes, so now the Migloos have frantically set their sights on a new destination that fits the bill of sorts, and that's the Apple Isle.
Yes, the Melburnians are all down there ruining their property market, and the rest of the white people in the nation are soon to touch down. Some media news now and report next. Media personality to say 2020 has been a year like no other will be shot. Hopefully not me, though.
The news comes as the nation is forced to endure yet another morning of breakfast television people saying that sentence or merely making the suggestion of something along those lines.
So the recommendation has been filed calling for a firing squad on standby in every capital city, and bookmakers have already released markets on who will be the first to get brained.
Yeah, mate, the smart money I'd say is on that Mark Beretta from Sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be paying $4 now.
Maybe Michael Rowland, I reckon.
Yeah.
And a story from our neighbouring territory. NT Police Chief calls for sympathy towards men who bash kids to make up for their tiny cocks.
Yes, this week the Northern Territory's top police officer said he would not throw anyone under the bus after a video showed a police officer roughing up some Aboriginal teenagers because it made him feel better about his grotesquely small penis that is obviously hilarious to look at. Please forgive the body shaming. This is actually part of the story, and this is verbatim from the top cops press conference.
Yeah, if you are one of those black shirts up there in the territory, then yeah, mate, I don't have much sympathy for you.
Anyway, we'll finish off with a bit of local news and a young couple trying to buy a home get boomered once again at a weekend auction.
You wrote this one here, Errol. What happened?
Yeah, mate, I did write this one. It was after a conversation I had with a young bloke who was trying to buy a Lake Batuta duplex, and the property ended up selling for more than $200,000 over the reserve. So anyway, the story is this bloke goes down to the auction. He's got his home loan pre-approved, ready to go. You know, he places a couple bids, and then all of a sudden these bloody baby boomers come out of nowhere and blow everyone out of the water and pay, $200,000 more than what the property is really worth. And that now has led to the new verb, which is, to boomer someone, which is to steal a home from them.
And James Christou left an interesting comment that did rile a few people up. He said, "I work at JB Hi-Fi for 14 hours a week. I work really hard. I try not to go out every weekend, so I spend one Sunday night at home every month. I should be given the same shot as any boomer. I don't care if they have spent their entire working life making strategic financial decisions."
Hear, James.
Hear, James.
Power to you, mate.
I absolutely agree that boomers have spent their life making strategic financial decisions. That's why our entire economy was fucked once they got a flu.
Well, yeah, we did have to spend $150 billion protecting these fucking people from what is essentially just a bad flu.
Absolutely. And James, if you have any tips on the next industry that is going to appreciate over 800%, please let us all know. And that is the end of our weekly news wrap. Thanks for joining us once again. Have a great weekend. Hope you get everything sorted for Christmas, and we'll probably talk to you sometime soon. See ya.
Merry Christmas, freaks.
Hooroo. Hooroo.